When it says 2 out of every 3 men are addicted to lust, just like a drug addiction, that's very literal. In the man's mind, there's a drug. In his body, there's a drug called epinephrine, right? The male human being is the only species, the only creation, where just looking at her, epinephrine is released into my body, right? Women need a touch, or there's emotional things that release the drug into their system, but a man, when I look at a woman and I say, man, the moment that it goes just from, looking and then away, the moment that I kind of dig in, epinephrine is released into my body, and the sexual satisfaction begins at that moment. And so it's awesome when science catches up with Jesus, because Jesus said, if you look at a woman, you might as well have already committed adultery because you've already started the process.
Wow.
Now we know from science that that's scientifically accurate. The moment I look at a woman, if she's releasing the sexual epinephrine into my body, I just got satisfied by that woman. If I'm being satisfied by another woman, did I not just commit adultery? You know what I'm saying? Science is catching up. So we are at a point now in our culture where we don't have to conjecture about whether or not doing things God's way is going to cause some issues. It's caused massive issues. And where it's going is far worse than where it stands. We are jacked up sexually in this world. But again, as with anything, God intends everything for our good. And it can still be a beautiful thing if we just repent of every time we took it out of that box and placed it in the box that God intended it for it to be. No matter what the culture says, no matter what the norm is, no matter what our bodies tell us, you know what I'm saying? If we know and we believe with all of our heart that God's way is the best way in every given topic, then that topic's no different. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear as day in the word that he revealed to mankind that that's the box that it needs to stay in. When I was locked up, every rapist, every pedophile, no one's an 8-year-old boy who says, you know what? When I grow up, I'm going to be a rapist. You know what I mean? No. They look at something they shouldn't look at, which takes some. The epinephrine is very much a drug, in that you do a drug, right? And then you get a tolerance for that level of the drug, right? So now, guess what I need to do? I need to do a couple more lines. I need to do a couple. You have to step up with any drug addiction. It's the nature of the beast. And so just the same, when epinephrine is released into my bloodstream by looking at something that's a little more normal, and I do that for 6 months, suddenly I'm not getting the same high that I used to get. So now I have to step it up. Now it's a little more violent, or it's a little more doop, 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 doop. Nobody is a 10-year-old wanting to grow up and be a rapist, but they are a 10-year-old who found a magazine under dad's bed. And it's the reason why all those serial killers tie back. I was in a Ted Bundy story. I was walking through a field. Some trucker would unload magazines every week, and me and my friends would go down there and look at them. And that led to this, and that led to that. He says, by the time I was in my 20s, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was strangling women and killing them, and I don't know how it happened. It will always take you further than you want to go and cost you more than you want to pay. This is a sin, more so than any sin throughout history, that vividly portrays that sin will always take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you want to pay, across the board. Think about your own life. Has sex not taken you further than you maybe wanted to go, cost you more than you wanted to pay, kept you a little bit longer than you wanted to stay? You know what I mean? And it's a sin that's so widespread.